content, perfectly ordered world, all under the benevolence of my iron will.
Welcome to Villain Bricks. Today we're going to discuss the 2026 Black Friday rumor of a DC Modular set. Hopefully we get a full scale and not a play scales. But let's jump into my top three sets I would like to see Lego make, starting with the most likely, but my least favorite, being the Daily Planet. The Daily Planet could bring us several new characters that we will discuss, but let's talk about two redesigns that I would like to see as far as, let's call them the good guys go. And that would be Lois Lane and Clark Kent. Oh my goodness, we need to do Clark Kent figure. Clark Kent was only available in a DC DVD release of the Batman movie, and it's quite hard to get a hold of and quite pricey. So to get a Clark Kent redesign would be amazing, and we can get 6 new staff members of the Daily Planet, starting off with Perry White, the editor in chief, Cat Grant, the entertainment reporter, and the workplace antagonist, the arrogant sports reporter Steve Lombard, Ron Trope with the politics, and Elena Lang with business. But most importantly, we can get Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. I happen to make my own Jimmy Olsen figure. I gave him pink kryptonite because I like to be a little silly sometimes. I know it probably would have been more realistic to give him a camera, but it's fun, it's fun. And then there's the villains. Redesigns. Got 3 of them for you. Brainiac. Love to get a new Brainiac figure. Darkseid. Darkseid, we only have one Darkseid big fig, and to get a new updated Darkseid would be pretty nice. But most importantly, Doomsday. We need a real Doomsday figure. He's only been released in a Mighty Micro fig, and I accept him as a normal size fig, of course, but to get a possible big fig, oh, that would be amazing. With the new head pieces that are removable from big figs, the possibilities endless. Maybe we can get a new mold, but the new ones, the new villains that I need in my collection. Toy Man. Oh, the headpiece already exists. It just requires a recolor. This could be easily redone. But my favorite, Mr. Mxyzptlk. I love to have Mr. Mxyzptlk in my collection. I even went out and made my own mock of Mr. Mxyzptlk that I absolutely love. And the bowler hat exists. Why not? We gotta get it. And up second, we have Justice League, Super Friends style. Now, Lego did X-Men '97, so they're not afraid to go back with their designs a little bit. So I'm hopeful I get Super Friends style. The reason designs on figures are plenty, with so many having figures out there already. But a second fig of Hawkman and Firestorm, who was later added to Super Friends, but only has one figure out there. And a big fig of Apache Chief, or a buildable fig, something that Lego has been doing a little more in the Star Wars realm of making buildable characters. A buildable Apache Chief, alright, I'd accept it. That would be awesome. But new characters, the Atom, another later addition to Super Friends, but we have Samurai and Gleek, two of the early members of Super Friends, never get a figure. And Gleek, the monkey, he can only really requires is a recolor. They have a couple different monkey molds out there. We got Zan and Jaina in the CMS, so I don't think it's out of the question we can get a Gleek figure to set. And then 2 of the other side characters from Super Friends, Wendy Harris and Marvin White, would put this set over the top for me. Two side characters that brought out a lot to this show. Heck, we already got Wonder Dog, so it's a possibility. And number 1, my favorite, Hall of Doom. My first ever attempt at a mock. Still hold dearly in my heart the scene of the Darth Vader like helmet coming out of the swamp and the iconic villains of the Legion of Doom. Leading the redesign ideas is Bizarro, with the only regularly available Bizarro figure being a Mighty Micro and the other being a Comic Con exclusive. It's worth thousands of dollars. To get a Bizarro figure would be awesome. And this one might be a little controversial to some, but I want a brown Gorilla Grodd figure like the original cartoons had, with that grimacing growl on his face. Oh, it was so. Oh, that I love to have that figure. And I know we have a lot of Riddler figures out there, but I would like a redesign of the light green suit with the question marks all over him. We've never gotten that figure, and that's the figure I want to see of the Riddler, one of my all-time favorite villains. And the new figures. We discussed the Toy Man earlier. He could be in this set also. And we discussed a buildable figure of Apache Chief in the Justice League set. We can get a buildable figure of Giganta. I've seen several mocks out there where people have mocked this figure, and I considered it myself. And if I have to, I'll mock one myself. But to get a big figure or regular size figure of Giganta would be awesome. But the number one new figure we can get in this set, Grundy. Solomon Grundy. Yes, this is a fig that I have long wanted, and at the top of my list of characters I want a figure of. We can get a regular size fig. We can get a big fig. I personally have made a mock of this figure so I can have some. This is not one of my favorite mocks I've ever made of a figure, but hopefully Lego can hear my call and give me a Solomon Grundy. So thanks to y'all, all y'all out there for watching my first video. Leave a comment. Tell me where I can be better out there. I can take criticism. And if you want a set out there, you got an idea, drop it in the comments. You got a redesigned figure you'd like to get, drop it in the comments. Is there a first figure out there I didn't even think of? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and thanks for watching.